Hello, and welcome to Anastasia Tarot and Vedic Astrology. I'm Anastasia, and up today we're going to explore the difference between Sidereal Vedic and Tropical Western Astrology. If you're new to Vedic astrology or curious about Vedic Sidereal astrology, this video will help you understand the difference and learn about the strengths and the weaknesses of each system. Now, if you're used to Western astrology and the tropical zodiac, you may feel confused by the different date ranges for the signs. For example, in the tropical zodiac, the dates for the month of Aries are approximately March 21st to April 20th. In the sidereal zodiac, the date range for Aries, the month of Aries, goes from approximately April 14th to May 13th. So why are the dates different? The different dates arise from a phenomenon called precession of the equinox. Without getting overly technical, precession of the equinox means that the Earth wobbles as it hurls through space at 107,000 kilometers per hour. That's about 18.5 miles per second. So I know the Earth feels really solid, but we are actually moving through space at incredible speeds. And the Earth isn't a perfect sphere, and it's tilted on its axis. So this combination of not being quite a perfect sphere and tilting on its axis and, orbiting the sun at just unimaginable speeds, the Earth wobbles a little bit. And if you played with a top as a child, or if you have kids and you watch them playing with tops, spinning a top, you'll see the top starts upright, spinning, and then as it starts to wobble. At this current moment of time, the difference between the tropical zodiac and the sidereal zodiac is 23 degrees. This explains why, if your birthday is April 1st, for example, your tropical chart will say you have an Aries sun, but your astronomically accurate sidereal chart will say you have a Pisces sun. Simply put, the tropical chart is using old data from 2,000 years ago, and it's no longer accurate. So which is better? Both systems have their strengths and their weaknesses. The tropical zodiac, which most Westerners are more familiar with, is best for earth-based activities. For example, if you're gardening and you want to pick your dates for planting and harvesting and fertilizing, all those sorts of gardening type of activities, or farming, it makes sense to do this in an earth-based way according to the tropical zodiac. You want to know about the days of the solstice and the days of the equinox, because those are important seasonal markers. In the northern hemisphere, the tropical zodiac links the winter solstice, which is the longest night, with the sign of Capricorn. And it links the summer solstice, which is the longest day, with the sign of Cancer. And the equinox, which has equal day and night, are linked the spring equinox to Aries and the autumnal equinox to Libra. The tropical zodiac is also good for those of you who may practice earth-based religions, shamanism, Wicca, Druidism, and various other types of earth-based practices. For many of these earth-based religions, the solstice, the equinox, the cross-quarter days, all of these are important religious holidays or important spiritual holidays. These are based on our experience here on Earth. When is the solstice? When is the equinox here on Earth? Now, 2,000 years ago, these earthly seasons matched what was happening in real time. That's why we have this idea of Aries as springtime, the new year. Many old religions celebrated Aries as springtime, as their new year. It's still celebrated in Persia as a kind of holdover from ancient times. However, with the precession of the equinox, things have changed over the last 2,000 years. In real time, winter solstice now happens in Sagittarius instead of Capricorn. But this just feels wrong when we're talking about ancient archetypes. And if you read Tarot, the tropical system is easier for doing timing spreads. I teach this in my Tarot timing class. Anyway, for astrology, for making astrological predictions, and for understanding the actual influence of the planets on your personal human experience in real time, the astronomically accurate sidereal zodiac is best. Since astrology studies the subtle influences of the planets, these planetary energies, how do they affect our human personalities? How do they affect events in our human world and our human societies? So it makes sense to use accurate data. Knowing the astronomically accurate positions of the planets is essential to fully understand how their energies influence us in real time. If you're curious about sidereal Vedic astrology, I encourage you to use some free resources, which are going to be mentioned in the description, to get a look at your sidereal chart. So, you may have an astrological identity crisis at first if you learn your sun is actually in Sagittarius instead of Capricorn, or Leo instead of Virgo. But keep an open mind. Even more so than your sun sign, the Vedic reading style emphasizes your rising sign, your moon sign, your Lagna lord, and your soul planet. All of these elements combine to form a robust and sophisticated chart that's based on the real-time positions of the planets. Real-time data is essential to accurately judge the subtle planetary influences on your human consciousness. So hopefully this video helps you understand the differences between sidereal and tropical charts and to know which style of chart is best for different scenarios. If you want to know more about the technical side of the precession of the equinox and Vedic astrology, there are blogs and articles on my website, so please visit my website, and there are many resources there to help you understand Vedic astrology and how it's the same and different from Western Tropical Astrology. And thanks for watching. Namaste.